Tonight on Studio One, the groundbreaking op that could save you from hypertension.
We'll be over the moon with Paul Hayward's Mooncake.
And guess what we're playing tonight? That's right, you guessed it. It's the guessing game.
It is your Sunday serving of Studio One.
As always, live from the heart of Dubai.
And welcome to your Sunday surgery edition of Studio One, where tonight we bring life-changing news of a brand new procedure for hypertension.
Plus, nothing goes with hypertension quite like a nice fat slice of mooncake, I always find, followed by a stress-inducing session of screaming inanely at your telly with the guessing game.
But before we go any further, let's get into today's Studio One news.
Studio One news today is all about this man here. Even more reasons to get the blood pressure pumping this evening because, courtesy of Flash, we're giving you and a friend, there's two of you, the chance to meet the Welsh Warbler himself, the legend that is Sir Tom Jones at his upcoming concert in Abu Dhabi this Thursday night, I think it is, isn't it? That's right. Yep. Plus, you know what? We're feeling very generous this week, so we're also going to chuck in a night stay down there at a hotel. And we're going to get him to sign an album for you as well.
Yes, and now we've already been inundated with your entries, but in case you haven't entered, all you need to do is tweet the following message. I'm going to meet at Real Sir Tom Jones, thanks to #StudioOneLive. You're welcome. Then email your contact details and Twitter handle to studio1@dmi.ae. The winner will be announced on Wednesday evening on this very show.
Yeah, so a lot of you already getting involved in this one, and quite rightly too. It is not unusual for you to tweet the show, but it's great to see so many of you doing exactly that at the moment. Marianne Saga, thank you very much indeed for yours. I'm going to meet at Tom Jones, thanks to #StudioOneLive. Well, you might be Marianne Sanger, but only if you are going to send in the right little hashtag that we're looking for. So remember to get yourself up onto the website to have a little look at that one. Same for Medal Garib. Thank you very much. I'm going to meet Tom Jones. Keep them coming. People, though, please, please, please remember, I'm going to meet the real Tom Jones as well. We need to get that. Morad, thank you very much. They're all coming in at the moment. Hey, Jax. Well, lucky old you will be here in the studio. And the man is a legend. I'm very jealous already. Well,
I mean, you can clearly tell that there's a huge fan base here in the UAE. We've been inundated with tweets and Facebook messages. Everyone wants to.
He's huge.
Well, keep your tweets and Facebook messages coming in, but for now, it's time to find out what's happening in the kitchen. In the kitchen, we are joined by Chef Paul, because thank you for coming to the show. It's an absolute pleasure to have you on.
Thank you. Right,
now this week, as you all know, it's all about festival-inspired dishes, and I believe for an entire week, you have the Chinese Mooncake Festival at the Jumeirah Beach Hotel.
It's actually the Madinat Jumeirah.
The Madinat Jumeirah.
Yeah, from actually starting today till Saturday, we have the Mooncake Festival. We're celebrating it, and we're actually doing some different things. We're actually doing making mooncakes in the afternoon. We're doing a demonstration every afternoon starting on Thursday. We're doing some celebrations and some traditional music.
Fantastic, it sounds great. It looks like you have everything under control. Tom will join you in the kitchen in just a bit. But for now, lots of prizes to be won this week. If you'd like to find out what they are, take a look at this.
Studio One gives you the chance to win amazing prizes. This week, you could win an energizing ritual from Maven Spa, beauty products from OPI and Un Natural, nail goodies from Sally Hansen, an ultimate adventure package for 4 at Wadi Adventure in Al Ain, and our star prize, a 2,000 dirhams voucher for the eye clinic at Oasis Center, Dubai. But to win, you've got to play. For your chance to join us playing live on the show, simply email your name and mobile number to studio1@dmi.ae. Good luck.
Lots of okay, you're still making fun of me.
No, I'm not. It's just hilarity.
Okay, I said Jumeirah Beach Club, which has been closed for many years. It's actually the Madinat Jumeirah. Right, moving on. Now, uncontrolled high blood pressure or hypertension is one of the most common health issues facing the UAE, with around 30% of the country's population affected.
But there's hope, thankfully. A new surgical treatment has been performed for the very first time at the American hospital Dubai. And the surgeon who carried it out joins us now on the sofa, Chief Interventional Cardiologist, Dr. Omar Kamel Halak. Thank you, Doc, for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
Great to have you with us as well. And congratulations, first and foremost, on another groundbreaking surgery, and right here in the UAE. Before we get onto the condition itself and its prevalence across the region and rising numbers as well, which are worrying, maybe you could just give Ash and I and our viewers a little sort of background onto the procedure itself that you performed and why it's so different.
As you mentioned, hypertension is a common problem. About 30% of people have high blood pressure. Most of them can be controlled with medication, and that is the standard of treatment worldwide. However, there is about 10% of the patients who have high blood pressure. It's very hard to control. It's called resistant hypertension. So people were looking for a different way to deal with that particular group of patients who have very high blood pressure and the medication doesn't work. At least patients have to be on 3 medicines without really success. So there's somebody come up with the idea there is something wrong with the nervous system which feed the kidney, and you know there is continuous communication between the kidney, the heart, the brain, and the blood vessel to control the blood pressure. So there may be some mismessaging between the kidney and the brain. That mismessaging end up with blood pressure hard to control, called resistant hypertension.
Okay.
Now, this is great news for a lot of them suffering from the disease, because up until recently there has been no treatment as such for resistant hypertension other than just using medication, really high doses, that with a lot of complications and side effects. Tell us a little bit about this new revolutionary treatment that's available.
Yeah, what it does, it's try to interrupt the connection between the brain and the kidney. So it is a small catheter inserted through the kidney artery, and the catheter have a small metallic head in it, can produce heat or temperature. That temperature can interrupt the nerve which feeding the kidney and stop this strong messaging between the kidney and the brain. And so the procedure is relatively simple. Catheter can be introduced through the skin stick in the groin area and advance to the kidney under X-ray, and then when you get to the artery, we apply some heat to it, and the whole thing is about 15-20 minutes, and we'll fix. Of course, we'll do the ablation or interrupting the nerve in both kidney, the right kidney and the left kidney. Yeah.
We spoke figures a little earlier on in the piece, and worrying figures as well, something that you're acutely aware of. High blood pressure is prevalent here in the region, across the entire region, 30% and upwards, etc.
Right.
Why do you think that is? Is there any sort of reason why the figure should be so high?
Well, it is really high all over the world. It's expected to be, or estimated to have 1 billion people worldwide to have high blood pressure. There is probably genetic predisposition, adding to it the lifestyle, too much fast food, too much salt in the food, lack of exercise, unhealthy diet, smoking, alcohol, so on. So all those risk factors make the blood pressure even worse. And there's with some genetic predisposition, so it become more obvious. And it is really high all over the world. I mean, there's percentage between 20 to even 50% of population. Here in Emirates, about 30%. It's still high percentage. And as I said, a combination of multiple factors.
And this treatment has been performed for the first time in the region on a 56-year-old male resident of the UAE. Tell us a little bit about his condition right now. Is he recovering well?
This gentleman, he have a severe hypertension for many years, and he has been on a lot of medication. And he tried his best of doing diet and exercise, and but still the blood pressure was not really controlled in spite of many medication. And I offered him this procedure to try. Of course, this procedure to clear, this is still in the trial phase. It's not really kind of routine standard care. It's only can be applied or can be offered to a group of patients who have severe hypertension, not controlled with many medication, at least 3 medication. So this particular patient, he said, well, I really am tired for too many pills to take, and let's try that procedure. And thank God he went through the procedure. It was a very smooth procedure for 15-20 minutes, and afterward he did very well.
But
he dropped many of his medication,
15,
and
20 minutes.
yeah, and the blood pressure become controlled in the lower number of medicine.
So we could do 2 procedures during a show, which is actually we might need them at the end of the show. I'm not sure. But, I mean, Lang, let's not make fun of this situation, because this is severe hypertension we're talking
It's
about.
a difficult one. We're talking about very severe.
And is it a last resort?
Exactly.
Is it?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So there's a number of treatments that become, and also lifestyle changes, I assume.
Definitely. Before we do this procedure, have to be sure the patient taking the medication, at least have to be 3 medicine. And he's doing all, or she is doing all their best in their lifestyle, diet, exercise, weight reduction, and so on. In spite of medication and lifestyle, the blood pressure still not controlled. Then this may be a procedure can help them to control their blood pressure.
And doctor, unfortunately, we're running short of time, but very quickly, this particular procedure was conducted on a limited number of people about 3 years ago, and it proved to be effective, but it's still under trial.
Exactly.
Would you recommend this to more people watching the show tonight? Is it safe?
It is. I mean, so far the first patient or the first group of patients had it about 3 to 4 years ago, and of course, they kind of observe those patients very closely, and there's no really side effects so far noted after 3 years of procedure. So it seemed to be a very safe procedure, and it seemed to be effective on those group of patients. But still, the number of patients that procedure was applied on is very small. So we need to have, before kind of apply to everybody, have to have a larger, what you call a clinical trial, where there's really hundreds or thousands of patients enrolled, monitored for several years. And if the result was as good as we have it so far, then we'll be applied to maybe larger segment of patients. Yeah.
Well, it's great to see new ground being broken yet again by your good self and all the team down at American Hospital. Dr. Omar, thank you very much indeed for being with us. And congratulations again. Facebook.com/Studio One Live if you'd like to find out more.
After the break, we find out how to make Chinese mooncakes.
Mooncakes, right after this. Hey there, welcome back to Studio One. Paul Hayward here from Jumeirah Madinat, and he's going to be talking to us about mooncakes very shortly. But before that, welcome to Dubai, newly arrived. 4 months now, how are you finding it?
4 months, yes, very nice.
Yeah?
Really like
All the team at Madinat being good to you?
Very good.
Yeah? No initiation test or anything like that? Settled in?
Not yet, no.
Also, one thing I'm fascinated, I mean, with your resume having been a pastry chef in some of the best establishments in London, the States, Bahamas more recently, are the pastry chefs, are they the artists of the kitchen?
Definitely. We take the raw ingredients, we make them into masterpieces. We don't have to use something that costs a lot of money to start with. We're the guys that always get blamed for the food costs, but we're always the guys that are helping them.
Sign it off.
Yeah, you got it.
Paul, bless you. Thanks so much for being with us. And you're going to talk us through mooncakes. I've got to admit, it's a new one to me. What is a mooncake?
A mooncake is a traditional dessert, actually from the Chinese eat. It actually celebrates their festival.
Yep.
And what they do is they actually give it between friends and family and businesses.
Okay.
And they offer it as a good token gesture.
Okay. We've got about 4 minutes, so let's get on with the actual preparation of.
Well, here we have a mooncake already made.
Right.
Pretty straightforward. We're going to get straight into mixing the dough. So we have a dough on the outside and we have a filling in the middle.
Yes.
So first thing we're going to do is, this is golden syrup.
Lovely golden syrup.
Basically it's a very sweet, sticky syrup. So it's just sugar cooked down with water.
I mean, this is a taste of my childhood. I'm just trying to... the Tate & Lyle factory is a huge one over in the UK. It's good to see they're exporting to China at the moment as well, isn't it?
Unusual. And then over here we've got alkaline water also. We're actually using a little bit of rose water.
Okay.
Okay, to that we're actually adding oil. Traditionally, a lot of people use peanut oil. We're using vegetable because, of course, of all the allergies.
No worries.
So we're going that in there.
Allergy free.
Simple as that. Then what we're going to do is give this a stir.
3 minutes, chef, just to let you know. A lot of people out there wondering what sort of measurements. They're all on the Facebook page at the moment, as is the recipe, the ingredients, and more.
So we had 50% of this.
Yeah.
Of the flour, and we're just basically making it into a paste.
I'm fascinated about the sort of the rivalry and the competition of mooncakes. So many different varieties, and they're a real delicacy, aren't they, during the festival?
Definitely. Pretty much every region, every family has their own. They each actually make their own individual moulds. So what we're going to do here, we're going to switch, because it gets too sticky, we're going to add the rest of the flour.
Okay.
And all we do then is we mix this until it becomes into a dough.
Okay.
Okay, so once that comes into a dough,
Yep.
we'll basically switch over to here.
No worries at all. So that'll go down
what
there.
we do, it basically turns into a dough, and we knead it on the table for a few minutes.
Yeah.
And then we cover it with plastic, and we leave that for about 4 hours to relax.
4 hours to relax, yeah?
Yep.
Okay. In a cool place? Does it need to be in the
Room temperature.
Room temperature.
Room
all
temperature. Then once we weigh it into little balls,
Okay.
15 grams.
Yep.
Then what we do is, at home you'd use a Ziploc bag, I'm using a piping bag.
Yeah.
We basically place that ball, and we push it down with your hand, and
Yes.
you're just making a circle.
Okay.
Okay.
Creating that circle.
So create a circle there.
Yeah.
Then inside we actually got a choice. Traditionally, it's either red bean paste
Okay.
or lotus bean paste. These can
Okay.
be bought already made from your Chinese supermarket
Go
or
and
your
ask
gourmet
for it
market.
already
yeah.
made. Okay, cool.
Place the mix in the middle.
Yeah.
Push the dough around the outside.
1.5 minutes left, chef.
No problem. So
Okay.
once we get this,
And this is where the artist goes to work. Look at that.
so basically we're closing it all in, so you don't see anything left.
And with the fillings and the ingredients, they're all sort of already prepared, are they?
Yes, we
okay.
prepared this ahead. So basically we turn into a ball, which we already have here.
Yep.
Then what we're going to do is we actually take some in the flour, we
Yeah.
roll it in the flour, and then we take the mooncake mould.
Into
This
the
is
last
where
minute.
the speciality is. Hard to make without one of these. This basically has a pattern inside, different patterns, different families, different companies. This one is, we actually have a Jumeirah one.
The Jumeirah family crest.
Okay, so we're going to take that, and we're going to push that inside.
So you can't buy these down your local store, no?
No, these are very expensive. Actually made from marine wood, very, very expensive. So-
You can get up to Madden, head over to Zenghi's and ask Paul if you can borrow his.
Okay. Okay, so
Last 30 seconds, okay?
Okay, so once we got that, we're going to bang the mould on all sides.
And it proves that it's not just a pop-up counter down here.
Okay, so there we have the
Look at that.
mould.
I don't
We
know if
take
the camera can pick that up. Can you see that? The lovely little Jumeirah on top as well?
Okay, so then what we do is we take the egg wash, just a bit of egg yolk and a bit
Okay.
of salt. And then all we're doing is we're going to basically brush this all over very
Yeah.
lightly to give it a glaze. So when it cooks, it gives this nice golden brown colour.
Good stuff. Well, Ash, come on over, because I want you to try the mooncake extravaganza. How long would that go in the oven for?
Yummy.
Actually, I have a little trick. I actually put mine in the freezer for about an hour
Okay.
first, so make it hard. Then it goes in the oven for 15-20 minutes.
Okay,
And then, as all great chefs,
good stuff.
Well, Chef, I've never really tried the Chinese mooncake before. I just wanted to know, does it come in different flavors, or is it one particular method?
traditionally it's a red bean paste or the lotus seed, but most people do
Good
very traditional, very modern methods now. So they
Okay.
can put mango.
What we're going to do, Paul, if it's all right, we're running out of time on this occasion, so I'm going to let you have a little slice, or cut a few slices. We're going to go off and do a competition now, then come back. Just a quick reminder, the Mooncake Festival up at Zenghi's and Madnat throughout the entire week, and your chance to try and make these little mooncakes later on this weekend. Thank you very much indeed. We'll be back with you shortly. Time to take a quick break now. When we return, Ash and I over there playing, guess what? The guessing game.
We'll be back after this. Enjoying the
You might have to guess, because I've got a mouthful of mooncake.
Sure.
Time to play the guessing game now, where you have to help us guess what appears on the screen behind us by describing what you see.
Yes, and we have our first caller on the line. Hello, Rami. Hello.
Hello, Ash. Hi, Tom.
Hi, Rami. Are you ready to play the guessing game?
Yes, I am.
All right, you know the rules. Describe as many images as you can within the next 30 seconds, whatever appears on the, within the next 60 seconds, whatever appears on the screen behind us.
30
I'm
works for me,
changing
I
the
tell
rules
you.
a little.
Okay, Rami, thank you very much. And the bad news, however, is you have just those 60 seconds. The good news is, as you're the first player of the week, whatever you get will put you at the top of the leaderboard for about 24 hours. So, Rami, good luck to you.
All right, now before we start playing the game, I'd like to request the floor manager to turn off all the screens in the studio so that you can make sure that we're not cheating. We like to play fair and square. And Rami, your 60 seconds starts now.
All right.
What is it, Rami?
What's the first image?
Say what you see.
He's an American actor. He's the panda in Kung Fu Panda.
Charlton Heston.
He's the founder of what?
He's the panda in Kung Fu Panda.
Jack Black.
Jack Black.
Thanks.
Okay. Well, it's a bowl with holes used for draining food.
Ah,
Like a filter.
for draining food, like a
close,
colander or a
like
sieve?
bowl.
I don't know where that one come from.
Next.
What's the next one, Rami?
Okay. It's a plant that grows in a desert.
Cactus.
All right.
3. Well done, you. Look at that.
Okay. This one is a bird with a
Ostrich.
big, large beak.
Penguin.
Large
Crane.
beak. Like a swan.
It's a lion.
With a large beak.
Oh.
Woodpecker.
Okay. He's an actor. He plays werewolf in Twilight.
What's that? Okay, I think your time is up, Rami.
I think you have the most amazing imagination. What was it?
Oh, that's the bird with the big beak. Yeah, actually. I
He has
by
got a
beak
big
you meant
nose, doesn't he? You know.
Very, very close. Well, Rami, well played. Thank you so much. You've got 3 right.
Actually, I'm not the one to talk, am I? 3 right. But as we said, the good news is that you're in the lead. Not sure for how long. Well done to Rami. Thank you to Paul over there in the kitchen. Thanks to Omar as well for filling us in as our guest. Thanks to you for tuning in.
We'll be back tomorrow with a music theme show, and you could be screaming at the telly just like Rami did, and as we play round 2 of the guessing game.
It gets better together, doesn't it? So, good night. Come on then, let's go and have some mooncake.